On the 10th day of Thriftmas, Refashionista Sheri gave to me 10 quick accessory makes.
If you don't have any vintage hankies, you can easily get them at the thrift shop for super cheap. I used 6, and each one measured 28 by 28 centimeters. And the first thing you need to do is iron them until they're super duper flat. And I think this might be an early version of Esther. What do you guys think? Looks like it to me. Okay, so then all you have to do is put 2 together with right sides facing and then stitch those together and just keep adding them and adding them and adding them until your hankies are all stitched together in a long line. And then, of course, finally stitch together that open end and your scarf is done. And then you can pop it on and wear it like young me did with my button embellished faux leather jacket. Okay, this is another super duper easy one. All you need is a faux fur hat, a length of chain, this is from the bottom of my toolbox, and some snaps for a closure or whatever closure you want, plus of course some hand sewing gear once again. I like to use embroidery thread because it is nice and thick. And the first thing you need to do is stitch one end of your chain to the interior corner at the top, or I guess which would be the bottom of the hat, and then to conceal it, simply fold over the corner of the hat and do a couple stitches, and that really helps to hide and conceal the interior chain bit there. And I mean, again, just doing a quick blanket stitch because they are the sturdiest stitches that I know. And then of course you want to go repeat the whole process on the other side of your hat. And then once that is done, you are going to have a completed strap. Isn't that fantastic? And then you can add your closure. I just stitched a very, very sturdy snap closure on there and it's perfect. And here I am modeling it on garbage day, clearly. I was lucky enough to find this kind of charm necklace at the thrift store. And so I thought, hey, that'll make a perfect charm bracelet. So the first thing I'm going to do is, just like with the bead bracelets, measure it around my wrist. Now this one I want to be a little bit tighter as I am going to be putting the clasp back on. Now I'm holding it at basically the length where I want the bracelet to be, and I'm just going to remove the extra beads and chain. So now that I'm happy with my bracelet part, I need to grab the rest of the necklace and remove the clasp so I can attach it to my fancy new bracelet. So now I just have to attach the clasp and my bracelet will be done. Oh no, that blouse you got is simply too small, but it has a great collar, so let's transform it into a necklace. For this fantastically fast and fabulous project, all you need is that groovy collared blouse, a seam ripper, an upcycled necklace clasp, and needle and coordinating thread. So your first step is to simply remove that collar carefully with your seam ripper. Once you have the collar totally removed and all the little excess threads taken out, go ahead and position your necklace clasp and stitch it on. So the next time you spy a less than stellar blouse with an awesome collar at the thrift shop, snatch it up and create your very own funky collar necklace in minutes. To transform those old lace-ups into a pair of comfy slip-ons, all you need is some chain from the bottom of your toolbox or your local hardware store and needle-nosed pliers or something similar. So your first step is, of course, to remove the existing laces and then simply thread your chain through the bottom lace holes. Next, slip your foot inside the shoe and figure out how much chain you need so it's comfortable to slip the shoe on and off. And then trim your chain to size. Once you have your chain trimmed to your desired length, then all you have to do is open up one of the links and put it together. Close that link up and your first chain is complete. Now go ahead and repeat the process with the rest of the chains. Repeat the whole process on the other shoe and you've now got yourself a pair of groovy chain-laced slip-ons.
yeah, this is like so annoying, but like I have to have my purse when I work out because I totally need to have fresh gum. If only there was a type of bag that like went around your waist like a cool workout belt, and then you could have your gum with you like all the time. Do you think that Sheri could maybe show us how to transform this bag into like something like that, like a belt bag? Let's see. To create your very own nearly instant belt bag, all you need is a purse that has an adjustable strap that kind of looks like a belt. So your first step is to pop that strap around your waist and adjust it until it is loosely comfortable. Then put a mark where you will put your first new belt hole. Next, go ahead and grab some kind of measure, a ruler, and add a few more marks, 1 centimeter or 2 apart. Now it's time to make your fancy new belt holes. Now, if you don't have a belt or leather punch, you can simply use a block of wood, a nail, and a hammer. Alrighty, then with your leather or belt punch, just go over your mark and punch on through. If you are using a hammer and nail, then go ahead and place your nail over one of your marks, give it a good hammer, and twist a bit to make that hole a bit wider, and there is your wonderful new belt hole. Chop off the excess strap and your groovy belt bag is complete. How totally awesome is my groovy new belt bag? And best of all, there was no sewing involved. Woohoo! Thank you so much, Sheri.
So this tutorial is from 2013, so I'm redoing the voiceover, and all you need is a piece of lace, a length of chain, a couple of jump rings, and needle nose pliers. And of course, you want to open up that necklace or piece of chain and pretty much just arrange your lace where you would like it to be positioned on the chain. Then, of course, add your jump rings to each end and attach it. And that's it. And you're done. And it looks absolutely fabulous. For this quick and easy project, all you need is your peeling and damaged faux leather belt, plus whatever kind of fabric you want to use to recover it. I mean, you can use anything as long as it is long enough to cover the entire length of the belt. And, you know, something like this type of lace trim would look absolutely adorable. But for myself, I was looking in my stash and I found this. Now, if you've been following me for a while, this looks like such a mess. Anyway, if you've been following me for a while, you will recognize this long strip of frayed denim as what I use to kind of liven up my very, very boring rubber rain boots more than a few years ago now. But sadly, those boots sprung a leak and I can't wear them anymore, so this has been sitting in my stash. But I was thinking, how cool would that look to have like a kind of funky layered frayed denim belt? So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to take these strips of frayed denim and figure out how we can stitch them on to this appealing, fraying faux leather belt. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is remove the belt buckle here. So I've just grabbed my seam ripper because it is simply stitched around, so it should be pretty easy to take off, I hope. Anyway, we just, I just don't want to rip this. Okay, this might take a little while, so I'm gonna go finish this and we'll see ya when the belt buckle is removed. So I managed to finally get all of the thread removed. Now I'm just gonna push that through, and there we have 2 separate pieces. But like, that looks really gross. So I think I'm going to clean that before I do anything else. I think it's going to be a lot easier to stitch it on if I just start at one side, stitch straight down, and then just fold it over and come back and stitch the next layer down and then the next layer. And then I should have kind of like 3 cool little frayed denim bands going all the way down my belt. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so as with most of my refashions, I've never tried this before, and so once again, I am thrilled with this result. It actually came out looking exactly like it did in my brain, so that is fantastic. And you can see here, because the back was actually okay, it wasn't peeling or fraying at all, so I just went a little bit down from the end of the belt to start my wraps, and I think it's going to be totally fine. So now we have to work on the buckle. Okay, so for the buckle, I'm pretty sure all I'm going to have to do is wrap this around, but I'm not sure if I actually want to be stitching it, or you know what? Now let's take the easy way out, and I'll grab my glue gun and I'm just going to glue this all the way around and yeah, then reattach it to the belt. Okay, so here's my quick Refashionista tip for when you're using your trusty old glue gun. Always make sure you protect your work surface. So how I protect mine is I have this very thin, almost totally transparent cutting board piece of plastic that I got at the dollar store, and it works great. The glue never goes through it. Plus, as extra protection, I also have my adorable vintage hot plate pad thingy here, which I'm sure in the olden days somebody maybe would have put, you know, their soup on it or something, but now I use it as extra protection so I don't damage my work surface. So yeah, double your pleasure, double protection. This came out absolutely fabulously. It is perfect. So now I'm just going to, which side should we do? Put this back through like it was before. Okay. And it's very, very thick and quite awkward, so I think I'm just going to go quickly hand stitch this back together, and then I can try it on and style it up. Yes, another awesome, quick, and relatively easy refashion. And now I can wear this belt again. I think this looks pretty darn cool. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there going, oh my God, I would like never wear that. And to you, I'm sorry, but I have to say then, don't make it. It's so easy. Don't make it. Then nobody's going to force you to wear it if you don't make it. Because I think that might be your fear, that someone is going to come and force you to wear some kind of refashion you made that you don't really like. So just don't make it. Anyway, that was just a little, I guess, PSA for anyone who needed it. Anyway, I think it's okay with this all black jumpsuit because it's, you know, all black except for my little groovy embroidered patches here. But I thought, let's try it with like an all black dress as well and see what it looks like. And I think it'll be okay. And also with a patterned dress. Let me know down below which kind of look you think is best, and also how you might style this fraying denim belt refashion. For this super fast yet oh so awesome, festively fabulous holiday gift, all you need is a little mini Christmas tree bauble and an earring hook. So all you have to do is grab your little bauble and pull it very carefully apart, especially if it's glass. You want to be super, super careful. Like so. Then grab your earring hook and just pop it around the little kind of holder, bubble holder thingy, wire thingy, whatever this is called. Anywho, now comes the kind of tricky part. You got to pinch this all together and put it back together. Oh, did I do it? Did I do it? Yay!
fun. And then you can go ahead and make a whole bunch more. These make absolutely fantastic last minute gifts because you can put them together with items that you may already have lurking about your house, hanging on the tree, or simply in your rockin' Refashionista stash.
And 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, hi. Oh my God. I haven't seen you in forever. It is unbelievable. Yeah, you remember me? I'm Candy. I am Refashionista Sheri's personal trainer. You know, I make sure that she exercises and trains and, you know, so she can make you these awesome tutorials and have energy. I mean, come on. Anyway, she should make another no-sew belt bag for me, but like a totally different method this time, you know, using this belt, because I am so tired of like not being able to have my gum with me when I am training her. It is very, very important. So here it is. Here's the tutorial. Enjoy it, and I will see you later.
For this super simple no-sew belt bag, all you need is a bag that is kind of plasticky on the outside, but has a lining on the inside, as well as your belt, a marker, and some kind of cutting tool. Next, grab your belt and place it on the bag in the position where you would like the bag to sit on the belt. So you don't want it too low, you don't want it too high, somewhere in the middle-ish works best, I think. Then grab your marker and put a dot on either side of the belt, a few centimeters in from each side of the bag. Then you want to open up your bag and kind of pull the lining out as best you can from this back side, because you're going to be cutting through dot to dot here, and you do not want to chop through the lining if you can at all help it. So then you just want to grab your cutting tool and really, it's carefully and slowly chop through from one dot to the other dot, and then repeat on the other side. So now you should have 2 small slits in the back of your bag. Then grab your belt, and with the right side of the belt facing the back of the bag, simply slip it through one slit and out the other one, and yeah, that's it, guys. Your belt bag is done and and ready to be worn. So simple.
Oh, hi again. You see, it totally worked. I can work out, and I have my gum, and you know, you don't want to put a lot of heavy stuff in here, but here, I'll show you what I carry, and then you'll totally know what you can carry. Okay, so I have my lip gloss, of course. I have my hairspray. I mean, yes. I have my perfume. Very important when you are sweaty and working out. I'm sorry, when you're glowing and working out. And of course, I have my gum.
Stay tuned for your daily dose of Thriftmas magic.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.